When people speak of Israel and final prophecy, they are often referring to the idea that recent events in Israel are fulfilling or triggering the last stage prophecies of the Bible, the end times, the return of Christ, great conflicts. Before we start, we'd like to ask for your support. If you enjoy our video, please hit the like button. This will help us reach more people and create content for you. Now, let's get started with today's video. Regathering and restoration. Many believe that Israel's modern rebirth in 1948 and the return of Jews to the land are fulfillments of prophecy. Ezekiel 37, Jeremiah 31. Chosen people. Increasing conflict. The Bible speaks of wars, invasions, and nations rising against Israel in the last days. For example, Ezekiel 38:39 describe a coalition, often called Gog and Magog, attacking Israel. Temple, covenant, and the Antichrist. Some see in Daniel 9 a prophecy of a 7-year covenant, a future rebuilt temple, and someone breaking the covenant, etc. Signs in Israel as indicators. Because Israel is central in biblical prophecy, many scripture watchers interpret current events, wars, tensions, alliances, religious developments as signposts showing we are nearing the final chapters. So, when someone says Israel started final prophecy today, they likely mean that a recent event in Israel, military action, political shift, religious act, etc., is the trigger or the visible start of prophecy's fulfillment. What might be fueling the claim now? Here are some recent developments that are often cited by those who believe end-time prophecy is unfolding now. Israel has launched operations or heightened conflict with Iran, which is often connected with the prophecies involving Persia, ancient Iran. Israel named a military operation Rising Lion, drawing on a biblical verse about Israel rising like a lion. Reuters. Increased alliances, tensions, and global focus on Israel, making it the center of many geopolitical struggles, which prophecy watchers interpret as aligning with Israel in the last days. These kinds of developments provide material that people use to argue that prophecies are now going from future to unfolding in real time. A balanced perspective and caution. Prophecy doesn't usually come with timestamps. Jesus warned his followers not to be deceived by claims of knowing the exact time. Christianity today. Many prophecies are symbolic or open to interpretation. For example, who exactly is Magog, or how coalitions in Ezekiel 38:39 map to modern nations is debated. Fulfillment is often progressive. Many prophecy teachers believe we are living in an era where prophecies are being fulfilled incrementally. Some parts have already been fulfilled, others await future completion. In short, the idea that Israel started the final prophecy today is a contemporary, speculative claim rooted in a long tradition of interpreting modern events through the lens of biblical prophecy. While I found no evidence that this specific statement has a solid documented basis, it reflects a worldview held by many Christians and religious watchers, that Israel occupies a unique prophetic role, and that recent conflicts, alliances, and religious actions may be the visible beginning of the end-time scenario. Those who believe this tend to point to prophecies like the regathering of Israel, future invasions from the north, Gog-Magog, the rise and break of covenants, the rebuilding of a temple, and the persecution of Israel. They see in current war, diplomatic moves, and religious symbolism, such as calling an operation Rising Lion, confirmation of those prophecies beginning to move from longing to reality. However, from a more cautious theological and historical standpoint, one must recognize that prophecy is often symbolic, layered, and open to multiple interpretations. No prophecy in the Bible is accompanied by a calendar that says on this date it will begin. Jesus himself warned against false prophets who claim to pinpoint the end. So, while Israel and the Middle East will almost certainly remain central in prophetic discussions, as virtually every prophecy would affirm, whether today marks the moment the last chapter has begun is not something we can assert with certainty. Please like, share, and subscribe for more end-time revelations because the time is short.